Hey, what's up to everybody? What's up to all of you who are thinking about following, who actually follow, and who actually like my YouTube page? I still sometimes pinch myself because I can't believe that I'm actually doing this. But with that being said, hopefully you're enjoying all of the content that I'm providing, and I hope to have more to come soon. Today we're going to review the CM Dash by Moza. Moza Racing has been putting out quite a bit of products lately. Some of them that I think are absolutely amazing. I think this is a pretty good device as well. I think there are pros and cons to it, and in this video we're going to go over what are the great things about this dash, what are some of the things that you'd expect from it, and what are the downfalls and things that I think they may need to work on. For the most part, all of the gear that I have used up until this point, just like this dash, I've paid for myself, outside of the CS wheel, which actually Moza sent to me and I have enjoyed thoroughly. But this dash has come to me as part of a Father's Day gift. My wonderful wife provided it to me, so I had the opportunity to use it and am using it at this time. And I think it's a really nifty device that everybody out there should consider if you're running any Moza R9 wheelbases. And again, whatever wheel you're running doesn't matter, but again, this dash is pretty sweet. So we're going to take a look. Here is the CM Dash in the box that you receive. I actually have this up on my rig now, so it's not in the box. So unfortunately, there is no unboxing video. I will open it so you can see what exactly it looks like on the inside. Comes with the manual, obviously the dash comes in here. It comes with an Allen key. It comes with the bracket so that you can mount the dash, as well as the dash itself. And obviously some instructions that tell you how to mount the dash and what to do so that you can go through the software, the Pit House software, which again, really simple and easy to use to install, and simple to use to get the dash up and running. But again, we're going to take a look at that dash. For those of you who've been following along as well, if you go ahead and click the link below and you wanted to order some Moza gear, I do have a coupon code that will give you $50 off if you spend $500 or more. So obviously, if you click on the link below and you use the halfway point code, you'll get $50 off if you purchase $500 or more. I do not have an endless supply of those. I think I am down to my final 3 at this particular point in time. So if you're going to go ahead and want to buy some Moza gear and you're looking to get that $50 off, click on the link below. Again, you save $50. I get a little bit of a commission myself. And listen, we all get to get the things that we want at a discounted price. So it's a win-win. But again, this dash, again, I was able to receive as a Father's Day gift from my awesome wife. So we're going to take a look at this dash, see how it operates, put it through our little review process, as they say, and see how it works. All right, so let's check it out. All right, guys, let's take a look at the dash. As you can see, I got it pulled up. Hopefully the production quality of this video is decent. Trying new things, again, doing this in my house, as you can see behind me. So like many of you, your house plays double duty to your enjoyment, your life, and all those other things. So taking a look at this dash, you can see right now I simply have a gear and speed. You know, it's very simple. You know, for the sake of this video, we're just gonna run and do some slow turning around and getting around Austria here. But yeah, you can see the dash. It is clear. It's easy to read. You can change the brightness on it in the Moza Pit House software. And again, so many different things you can do with it. Again, I can switch and just change it to simple RPMs. And actually, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this one. And again, you know, this one is just going to tell me my gear, you know, and spit that data out to me as it's time to change gear, you know. And for those of us that need that information, here's one that's far more in detail. This one's going to tell me actually when I'm stepping on my throttle. It'll also tell me when I'm stepping on my brake, And for my clutch, add a map to my paddles. It'll tell me when I'm stepping on there. It's also pretty cool that it tells you tire temps, tells you fuel. Looks like it tells you, your best lap and your last lap, what position you are, what lap you're on, of how many laps you're running. It says 71 because I was practicing some of the Grand Tour, the GP for Austria, because I absolutely love the full length races. But again, so many different dashes on here. Taking a look at all the different dashes that it offers. Again, you can see some of the same similar information. Best lap, gap to the car in front. Again, nice, bright, and colorful. I can read all the information. It refreshes at 60 hertz, and I think that's good enough for what you need to do the things you need to do. For me, I think, let me stop the wheel from oscillating there. Let me move this over just ever so slightly so you can get everything in the frame. There we go. Let's downshift here. Alright. Again, yet another dash we're going to take a look at. And again, bright, colorful. Again, lap, fuel, tire temps. And again, tire temps are actually important. Anybody who knows, who races in any series, whether you're racing GT cars, you're racing stock cars, you're racing, oval races, tire temps are pretty important when you're out there. You'll know how much grip you have, whether you've overheated the tires, especially in these formula cars that, in the F1 series, you have, mechanical and aerodynamic grip. But if you're racing F2 and F3 that rely far more on mechanical grip, knowing your tire temperature is going to make a huge difference in many of these races. Going back again, this is called their qualifying dash. Again, basic information, basic things you need to know. And again, this is called their simple one. So you can see all the dashes that they have on here. Again, refreshes at 60 hertz. Easy to use, nothing crazy about the dash, easy to update. I've run it on iRacing, I've run it on ACC, I've run it on F1 2022 with the recent update, and it tells you all this information. Syncs perfectly, RPMs work. Depending on what dash you use, you can adjust the brightness. I'm in the US, so obviously we use, we're not on the metric system. We use Fahrenheit and mile per hour, but you can change it to kilometers per hour. You can change it to, Celsius in degree if that's what you use, depending on where you live. Because again, we know that difference is going to be useful for different people in different areas. So again, I think the information that they provide, the dash, is a nice size dash. We'll take a look at what it looks like in just a second. But yeah, these are all of the dash displays that they have, and let's take a look at what it looks like in the size compared to some other things. So let's take a look. All right, look, here you go. This is the 5-inch Moza Racing CM dashboard. This, again, wonderful Father's Day gift, is the 5-inch dashboard. It comes with an already pre-attached is the RJ12 cord. You would simply take this and plug it into your wheelbase, and that's it. The bracket you see here, which you can see from the side, for those of you that have a newer wheelbase, it will screw in here. Some of you may not have those screws at the top of your wheelbase. Some of you will have to use a double-sided tape that is included. I've been told that it works perfectly fine. I have not used it because I have one of the newer wheelbases, even though I got my Moza R9 extremely early in the process. So with that being said, if you don't have those screw holes, they do include that double-sided tape. You'll just stick it down, and again, it's 9 Newton meters, so it's not going to rattle nearly enough that it will loosen it, from my understanding. But again, for those of you who have used it or are using it with the double-sided tape, please do let me know in the comments below. Give me some feedback and tell me whether that holds or it doesn't. It simply screws on in the back here, which you can loosen and tighten. On this bracket, if you can see, I'll get it as close as I can. There are some notches here. I'm not sure how clear you can see that in the video, but there are notches here so that you can raise and lower it. For some of you who've used magnetic ones in the past, it's not magnetic, it's screws. But again, those notches allow you to raise and lower. Again, depending how close your actual monitors are, you may want to mount this lower or higher, depending on where you want it to sit on your screen and how close your monitors are close to you. So again, this is the 5-inch Moza Racing CM dashboard. I can tell you that it's a really good dash. But again, let's take a look at what I've been using. Up to this point, I've been using an iPhone 6s Plus with using SimHub to use those dashboards and to mimic some of the dashboards or the vital information that I need when I race so that I can be as competitive as possible. So let's take a look. All right, so as you can see, this is simply just an iPhone 6s Plus that I've run. Basically, since I can't attach it to the Moza wheelbase, what I do is I use a simple bungee cord that straps down to my base, actually straps down to my rig and mounts the phone. So it's a pretty simple thing for me, and it works perfectly fine. So I'll go ahead and turn it on, and as you can see, I'm running SimHub, so it mimics all the information that you'd see on the actual dash, because I'm using one that was created by another user, which again, the cool thing about SimHub is you have the ability to run different dashboards that have been created by other end users. So yeah, and again, let's go ahead and just get out there and let's turn on the sound, because who wants to see somebody driving one out a little bit of car sound? So, let's just show you what you see. So, if I'm going to start off my race, I go ahead and pop that clutch, put it in pit limiter, and as you can see, it is simply mimicking everything that is on my actual dashboard in the game. And you'll see on this, it's telling me my DRS is available, it's telling me how much fuel I have, my last lap, my best lap, it's telling you my ERS deployment, which is actually incredibly useful. Now, because this is a fixed race, typically you can't change it, but as you can see, I can change it to whatever I want. Now, granted, I've deployed all of my DRS options as far as being able to toggle between, and that is 4, and I am done. I cannot change it. And the good thing about using SimHub is when you have that information, I can read it. It's easily there. It displays to me what useful information I need, and because it's a user created dash, I can actually go in and change the dash myself. So this is what I've been running in the meantime until I got that CM dash, which again has been rather useful and is rather bright and vibrant, attaches right to my wheelbase, and I do enjoy it. So, but let's take a quick final thoughts on what I think about the CM dash as opposed to using an iPhone and having to run the cord so that I get power and having to make sure that I have the app on my phone or I have the app somewhere. So let's take a look. Alright, so CM dash. Is it the right pick for you? Are the pros much better than the cons? Is it something that's worth your money? Well, it's kind of twofold. Depends on what you're looking for. First, the pros. It is bright, it is vibrant, it attaches right to your wheelbase, it refreshes at 60 hertz, and some of you may go, well, what about 90, what about 120? Let's be honest, at 60 hertz, that is pretty good of a refresh rate. Some of you may only be running monitors that run at 90 hertz or 60 hertz. Some of you play your sim racing games on TVs. So your TV may only be running at 60 hertz and you're fine with that. I think this is plenty good enough to do everything you need it to do. At 60 hertz, I believe this will run as good as you want. I think because of the design, it's simple, it's sleek, it's thin, it attaches right to your wheelbase for those newer ones. The tape issue is kind of a downfall for me, just because I don't know how long that tape is supposed to last, and will you have to get more tape? How's that going to work moving forward? So without having thought out that process, and to me it sounds like Moza, because they're growing at a rapid rate, I don't think they were ready and understanding all the peripherals they wanted to launch. So that's why I think some of these, when you get them, you'll have to use a tape as opposed to the screw holes, depending on when you got your R9 wheelbase. And again, that to me is kind of a con, because again, they should have been ready, they should have been prepared, but because they're new to the game and they're launching products so fast, I don't know if they anticipated they will grow as fast as they are, which is actually a good sign. But again, whether or not this dash is worthy for you, again, that to me is a downfall. And again, the dash screens that they have do show very valuable information. It does display that information perfectly for the end user and displays it in a way that's crisp, that's clear, that gives you that information. It plugs right into your wheelbase, so as long as the game is configured to run, this will run it. However, what about if the game is not configured? What about, for instance, like F122? Yes, it is now configured, but initially it wasn't. So maybe if you've had this dash for a week before I did, maybe you were running the dash and it wasn't showing any information. You weren't getting any telemetry data because it wasn't inputting to the dash. That may have been a drawback. But again, it is now running, and I can tell you with absolute certainty, I have tried it myself in F122, I've tried it in iRacing, and like I said, in ACC, it has worked flawlessly. Once you configure it, it gives you the information you need. But for me, I race the W12 a lot. I race a lot of Formula cars, and I like racing the W12 as my go-to car. So there's some information that is incredibly valuable. Whether I'm racing F122 or I'm racing it in iRacing, I need to know my ERS deployment. I need to know, yes, I need to know what lap I'm on. I need to know my tire temps. I need to know my battery. Where am I at in my battery? Yes, if I switch it to attack mode, I'm pretty sure many of you have raced and you've realized, oh crap, I've left it in attack mode this entire time. Or it's in balance mode, but it's not deploying down the straights like I'd like it to. Or it's running in build mode and it's been running like that for the last 3 laps and I've lost 5 places. Why am I moving so slow? Being able to have that on screen is going to let you know. Also, by using SimHub, you have easily created dashes that either you can change or you can download from somebody else. This does not currently, in its current iteration, allow you to use any other dashes. Well, that to me is a huge downfall. Again, it's a great product. It's a great idea and it's simple and sleek and easy to use. The problem is you have to use only those dashes in the Pit House software. Is it the right dash for you? Again, like I said earlier, it depends. If you're racing GT cars and you only care about your tire temps, you need your RPMs, you need to have, know what gear you're in and some basic information and get that telemetry data, awesome. I think for me, if I was only racing GT cars, I could definitely use this. Because one of the things I really wanted to know are my tire temps. Now granted, I want to know my tire pressures as well. Are they low? Are they high? Because these are some of the things that I would need to know moving forward. Racing in a Formula car, vastly different. They don't have one dash in their entire ecosystem of dashes that tells you any Formula 1 cars. And that to me is a huge design flaw. One, you can't customize the dashes, so you can't even add more information to it. You have to go with the ones they've curated and created for you. That's a no-no for me. Additionally, I can't use other software or other dashes that are created by other end users. Until they open this up, that's going to be a huge knock. But again, I think this is suitable for many people. Because again, that simplicity and ease of use is something that I think is great. But I can't look at the GS wheel, the R9 wheelbase, the CS wheel, all the pedals they have coming out, and don't think that they're not going to update their software to allow for more end-user customization. I do think that is going to come. I'm pretty confident that is going to come. But I would tell anybody who's going to purchase this, hold off. If you're going to spend $160 on this plus shipping and tax, which is about $215 depending on how fast you want it, I would say hold off on spending that and get a different piece of equipment that you'd rather have. Maybe you put that towards your R9 wheelbase and GS wheel as opposed to the CS wheel. If you have an old iPhone lying around like I have, then use that for right now until this gets the customization that I think you deserve and you want. If you were to spend your money on this, again, it is a good product and does what it needs to do to get you the information you need. But there are caveats. And those caveats are, for me, are something that I couldn't recommend that you buy until they change it, depending on the cars that you race. So, my end review of this is great product, worth your money. If you're racing cars with that information that I displayed is all that you need. If you're racing NASCAR and oval racing, maybe this is all you need. If you're racing dirt racing, again, I don't race dirt racing, maybe this is all you need. If you're racing some sort of off-road GT cars, maybe this is all you need. To be honest, in F3 and F4 and possibly even F2 cars, maybe this is all you need. And I can clearly say, if that is all you need, the information that I displayed, pick it up. For $159 plus shipping and tax, pick it up. Attaches right on, works well, displays the information, refreshes at a great rate. It's clean, sleek, it's inexpensive. And again, one of the things I love about getting equipment that is made by the same company that makes all your other equipment, it's less that you have to connect to your computer via USB. I'm pretty sure that's why all and most people who have Fanatic gear do appreciate they don't have to connect multiple USB things to their PC. It can all connect into one. With that being said, again, if you're racing W12s, if you're racing Formula One games, and you want this information to show the same information that you're seeing on the wheel in the game, if you're wanting to see the ERS deployment, if you want to see your brake bias, if you want to see your traction control, any of those things, then this is not ready. I do not doubt that at some point they will come out with it, but at the point of this review, I can't honestly say it's a yay or a nay. I feel that others have pointed this out as well. I do believe others like Will at Boosted Media have pointed out no customization on their other dash. There's no customization on this either. And again, until they open it up to the customization and allow you to use third parties like SimHub or any like Race Department, I believe, or any other areas that allow you to download customizable dashes, upload them into a software, I simply couldn't recommend you use this if you need any other information. Because as of right now, there's no view of brake bias, traction control, ERS deployment. There's, yes, I can see my laps, I can see my telemetry, but to be honest, I'm not sure how useful that is without being able to make adjustments to those other things on the fly. So, good for some, not for others. And I think that's the way most of the world works. This is all my subjective opinion, so you can take it with a grain of salt. I love the dash. I am not returning it. Just to let you know that. I do like the dash enough that once they open it up, this will be all I've run. I will not use it for my F1 races right now because I need more information. But once they open it up, and I do believe they will, then I will go ahead and start using this exclusively, get rid of my phone attachment, at least for my dash, possibly use it for something else for racing, because again, as we know, there's always more gear and more stuff that we can use to make us perceive that we run faster times, but really it's for the immersiveness in the game. So I hope this review helps you. If it did, please by all means go ahead and click that subscribe link. Go ahead and turn those notifications on and give me a thumbs up. And again, for those of you who are looking to buy some Moza gear, there is a link down below that, again, if you go ahead and purchase through that link, I do get a small commission off of what you purchase. Again, for those of you who have not used my code, I believe I have a few of those left. $50 off of any purchase of $500 or more, so it's a win-win, and I hope to have more content coming out to you real soon. But I wanted to get this one up because, again, I did enjoy using this and do enjoy using it. I just think it's not quite ready for the mainstream when we've been running customizable hubs that will work on my cell phone to any other customizable Adreno dash or any other dash out there. This one just needs to allow you to customize it more before I can absolutely say that is a great option compared to some of the others. So hopefully you enjoyed the review. Check me out, look at all my other videos, and again, I hope you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful rest of your day.